Greetings, people of Earth. Welcome to my spaceship. We are orbiting your planet. If you look up, you might see us, wave, and say hello to the good folks at the Technicolor Mike B Show. We are broadcasting live from somewhere over your planet, Earth. So, how is it going, everyone? It is Sunday, and we are live here on YouTube. Assuming we still have internet connection, because YouTube is saying no data, but hey, we'll deal with that later. So I thought I would do a Star Wars inspired episode because I finally got the opportunity to see the first few episodes of The Mandalorian. Now a lot of people, I know when I ask them how old they think I am, they'll guess anything, 25, 30, 35, 40. But I grew up on Star Wars. I was, like 6 years old when the original Star Wars movie came out. I remember seeing it in the movie theaters with my cousins. I think it was at a birthday party or some occasion. The theater was jam-packed with people, and there were a group of us. I don't remember how many we had in our group, but there weren't that many seats available, at least not in one section. So yeah, I was 6, my brother would have been 7, my cousins would have been like, I think like 5 and 7. So we were small and we shared chairs because that's what you had to do when the movie theater is packed and you have more people than seats available. So yeah, we shared chairs to watch Star Wars. Now I remember when the Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi both came out. They were the biggest hits. The people lined up to see it. I don't think we saw opening day, but we probably saw it pretty early on, and we went to the local movie theater. At that time, the local movie theater had a total of 4 screens in 2 separate buildings a few blocks apart. And the line to get tickets was around the movie theater. And I think, my dad was probably driving, so my mom and us, we got out of the car and got in line to buy tickets while my dad went to park. I don't know if we got tickets to the first earliest showing or a later showing that day, but yeah, that was a big event at the time. So yeah, I was a kid during the original Star Wars, and I loved those movies. They were fantastic in my mind. They were everything a kid could ever want from a movie. Though nowadays, when I look back at the original Star Wars episodes, I cringe. I'm like, wow, that's a corny movie. The acting wasn't that great. The cinematography wasn't that great. The special effects weren't that great. But when you're 6 years old, it is magic. Yeah, and so when the newer Star Wars movies came out, the episodes 1 through 3, and then the most recent 7 through 9, I remembered how exciting it was to see Star Wars as a kid, and I wanted those movies to just relive my childhood memories of the Star Wars movies. And I have to say, I was disappointed, and as more movies came out, I got more disappointed, and although my expectations got lower and lower. Over the years, I've been watching the cartoon versions of the different Star Wars movies. Originally the Clone Wars. I don't know if I watched all of the Clone Wars. I think I got into that a little bit later on into the filming schedule of it. I didn't discover it right away, but I watched all of the Rebels and most of the Resistance. I think I haven't been watching that much TV, so I don't think I saw the most recent episodes of Resistance. But I always thought they did a great job of creating characters and storylines for the cartoon, the episodic versions of the show. And I just wish they could do that same magic for the movie versions of the show. That, why do you have to bring in Jar Jar Binks and try to make it a comedy show and things that it's just not meant to be? So I'm finally able to watch Mandalorian. I've seen, I think, the first 3 episodes of it, so I'm just getting started in it. I haven't seen a whole lot just yet to know what all the excitement, the buzz was that people liked of the movie, besides the fact that there was a baby character of the same species, I guess, as Yoda. That was the big excitement that people had. I understand this movie is set somewhere a few years after Return of the Jedi, or at least that's what I believe it's supposed to be set after the Return of the Jedi, and obviously before the last 3 movies. So yeah, I don't know what impact it's going to have on the timeline of what we know about the Star Wars universe and what eventually becomes with Luke Skywalker and all the other characters, if they play any part in the movies or the series or not, I don't know. Because I just haven't paid attention to all the spoilers of it because I wanted to wait till I could see it. And so far, I think, again, they've done a pretty good job of storytelling of the characters because it's episodic. I know they aren't limited to the movies with a 2-hour, 3-hour time window to tell a complete story from beginning to end. But I just wish that they were able to put in the same type of stories, the same charismatic characters. Yeah, I know that they've been stuck on the Luke Skywalker, C-3PO, R2-D2 storyline for the main series. They have had the Han Solo story and the story of how Princess Leia got the plans of the Death Star. So I think if they break away from the main characters, the main storyline, to get into the universe of Star Wars, maybe they will have better luck at telling the story. Yeah, there's a lot of good sci-fi movies out there. You could tell a lot of story in 2 hours, 3 hours time frame. But I know if it's just my expectation of Star Wars, of remembering how excited it was to be 6 years old and seeing people fighting with lightsabers and flying around in spaceship and having androids. So I don't know if it was the youthfulness of the excitement, but I've always put Star Wars on a higher pedestal, bigger expectations for them to have an exciting movie. And as far as the movies are concerned, I am just about always disappointed. But yeah, like I said, Star Wars Rebels, Star Wars Resistance, I enjoy those movies in the Star Wars universe. I'm just starting in Mandalorian, and so far so good. I've only seen 3 episodes, but yeah, why can't they put that same team of people who are writing those episodes, who are directing it, into the main screen cinema versions? Yeah, so Star Trek was mainly, it started on the small screen, and they did some big screen movies. For the most part, I thought the Star Trek movies were good. I don't know if it's going the other direction of taking your characters that were developed on the small screen and putting them into a bigger screen universe helped them, or just, I haven't seen the Star Trek movies recently. But yeah, I enjoyed the more recent Star Trek movies, the ones with the new actors, the reboots of the series. But I would also like the William Shatner, Leonard Nimoy version of the movies when they came out. But yeah, I was younger, maybe my expectations were a little different. And Star Trek, yeah, they have been so successful as a TV franchise. They've had tons of different series. Now, I haven't watched the latest Picard episodes. I don't have the CBS Online access, so I haven't seen the new stuff. I know the last main TV episodes, they got canceled before they reached the 100 episode milestone. But most of the series, in college, I loved Deep Space Nine. We watched it every week. I loved the Next Generation and Voyager and all the other Star Trek series. But again, I don't know if it's the episodic nature that the shorter stories are easier to wrap your mind around, that they have more time to develop the character over 18 episodes in a season. But yeah, I just wish the Star Wars movies were better. I know there are people who are younger than me, older than me, that have different perspective of Star Wars, their memories of the original movies, and maybe they are younger, so they're 20, 25, so they never saw the original movies when I saw them. They didn't have to wait 20 years for the new ones to start coming out. So I don't know if it's the age difference, the perspective of where you are in your life and technology and what movies you've seen to compare it with. But yeah, Star Wars, I'd say the original Star Wars and Return of the Jedi were my two favorite movies as a kid. I wasn't as big on Empire Strikes Back because that's the episode where Luke sort of loses. But yeah, being 6, 8, and 10 or 11 when the original movies came out, I was just the right age to enjoy them, maybe. And maybe there was definitely the nostalgia of seeing the new series come out when we were at the Air and Space Museum, a big IMAX, and the audience cheered when Han Solo and the Millennium Falcon and Chewbacca appeared on the screen for the first time. That we were excited to see old friends, but to me the story it was a letdown. And yeah, maybe the Mandalorian is being live action. Maybe it's their segue into some better movie making characters and part of the Star Wars universe. Only time will tell. I hear they have more Star Wars movies potentially in the pipeline, at least on the drawing board. But we'll find out if they can rediscover the magic, and it's not just in the special effects, but in the storytelling of the movies. So yes, we are live in space. This is our alien balloon that we made while we were talking about Star Wars. So until next time, see you later, alligator. After a while, crocodile. Live long and prosper. Thanks for watching today's episode of the Technicolor Mike B Show.